Good evening and welcome to Benchmonster TV.
I'm Ashley Lynn Condre.
I am the Bench Monster.
Welcome to the show. That's crazy happening with my hair. Sorry. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. Hope you're having a great day, great night, great week. We appreciate that you're here. Here we are.
Here we are.
Once again, Thursday night.
Yes, sir. And I'm losing more weight. Doing good, right? The diet?
I think so.
Yep. But why is the Ring camera going off?
It's not the camera. It's the app gives you updates on what's going on in the neighborhood, so it's not like specifically our camera.
Well, I worry when they go off. There's somebody at the door, the back door, the side of the house.
I know. I don't know if I locked the door either.
Come on, man. We live in a good neighborhood, but there's creepy crawlies out there.
Well, I had to go back out to feed the kitties and.
Yeah, how many cats do you feed outside now? 6?
Oh, we got Betsy, Casper,
it's expensive.
Bartholomew, Spot, Marty.
That's enough.
The black cat. So yeah, about 6.
So
like I'm forgetting somebody.
If you read the description, we had kind of a uneventful max effort workout this week. We had plans. We're peaking for a contest, and I'm trying to make sure everybody's ready. And a lot of us tapped out early, a little fatigued, and just didn't have it. You can go, and eventually that your body's going to let you know, hey, not today. Mm-hmm. So we'll check that out further down. But got a lot of videos to showcase, and I want to get right to them because nobody cares what we have to say.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'd rather entertain them than listen to this rant. Yeah. Do you have any videos on the show today?
I do not.
Okay.
I forgot to send them.
Turn off that light there. I tried the new top light and downward light. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, I meant.
Oh, there you go.
I meant to
Dark.
send them, and then apparently I never did. So.
Okay, well maybe we can have them next week.
Maybe.
Right off the bat, we're gonna start off with Paul Lauffer. Sent me a video. He's doing 750 to a 1 board in his 3-ply F8. And I want to showcase it.
Nice, let's see it.
First one of the day. Got to put the backing up. And check Paul out here. That's 3-ply F8 right there. That is a lot of weight. Looks like a damn good bar, though. It's got long collar ears on it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Collar, that's what you call it. It's a long bar. Is that a squat bar, Paul? Or is that... Looks cool. A little intimidating. It looks like a big bar, though. Like long.
Long.
Yeah.
Kind of does.
Paul texted me and says he's 100%. Glad to hear that. Doing a little board action here. A little bit 1 board. Definitely got the shirt down. Oh, right to lockout. Very good. Good job, Paul. Way to go.
Nice work.
One step at a time.
Some huge weight. Love it. Love it. Good job.
Good handoff by your crew too. I watch everything, not just the bench.
Everything was on point. He killed it.
Well, we're gonna run right into Jimmy Kolb. Right off the bat, we got 2 videos.
See it.
And I missed them last week, but boy, I didn't miss them this week. I'm gonna start off with something that is just mind-boggling, and you guys have seen it already probably, but you may never see this again in this lifetime. Jimmy Kolb did 2 sets of this, 2 sets of 5 with 1305. Well, I picked one of them, and I don't need a backing. Cool, Jimmy, thank you. And yeah, 1,305 pounds for 5 reps. That's not fucking around weight right there. Beautiful shirt. Jimmy, just unreal. The handoff at arm's length, right out in his line. So all he has to do is come down and come up. Those handoff guys you can't pay them enough money. They're so good.
Important.
God damn, Jimmy. Job. 2. Fuck. 3. This is just awesome. 4.
Insane.
Keeping his head back. Jimmy, fuck, dude. That's impressive.
Fucking strong like usual. That was so hard.
Yeah, it is hard, and you're doing it.
Yeah, I bet it.
Yeah.
I bet it was. It didn't look hard for you.
I must have recorded both of them or something here. I played again.
I saw that you wrote for 2 sets.
Yeah.
So I wondered if you showed both sets.
I guess I did. So maybe this is number 2. I don't know. It's the first one or second one. It must be the second one. He's warmed up now. That's like moving quick too. Jesus, man. Oh, God. Jimmy's not a quitter. He's going to fucking fire that up right on, dude. A little bit of 100-pound plates on that sumbitch. That's the man right there. 1,500 this year. I heard him say it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I believe it. Yeah, every day. Then I saw a video of Jimmy Kolb doing 1,025 for 25 reps. I had to stop and watch this because it's intriguing and it's awesome.
That's insane.
And
like, insane.
I remember when I did it for 3 or 4 reps off a 2-board. I thought I was special. Look at this kid.
That's wild.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, most people can't even dream.
Some people can't even hold that.
Dreams can't even.
Jimmy's just made to bench. I think he's going to be a great 3-lift lifter if he does that. I'm not saying nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's smoke show, Jimmy. Probably
be a great full power lifter.
Oh, God. Unbelievable. That was Jimmy the King right there.
Very nice work.
Very nice work.
As always, Jimmy, very impressed.
Very impressive, sir.
Very impressive.
Always impressive. Whatever weight you put in your hand.
It's crazy.
This next one,
an absolute phenom.
This next one, I stopped and took it off of Instagram, and it's a 639 bench press done with a tremendous arc, whatever you want to say it. But there's a lot going on in this video that I don't understand. Looks like a young kid, and 639's heavy. That looks like a 15, 18-year-old kid. Feet not even on the ground. Self handoff. Limited travel. Okay. Right? Everybody got that?
Yeah. That's
639.
That's huge.
Is he a gymnast person? Is that why you can contort or?
He could be.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna have that natural flexibility to have a nice arch, and he's gonna have some crazy natural strength. Like...
Feet weren't even on the ground.
Yeah.
It was like a Larson press, arched version. My God, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was impressive.
Some of these were sent.
Do you know his name?
I don't.
I wasn't listening.
No, I don't. I don't know his name. Young kid though. He didn't look like. If you told me he could do 639, I'd laugh at him. Probably take all my money out of my wallet because I'd bet it. Next one, it was sent to me by James Borgalt, and I appreciate the video, sir. This is Lucy, under down, deadlifting 675 at the Arnold Strongest Woman contest. And I don't need a backing because I enlarged into it here. That's, oh God, that's a cool bar though. Damn. What do they call that? Elephant bar?
I think so.
Has a little bit of flex in it.
I'm not sure, but I think so.
Way to go, lady.
Jesus.
675. Now, this was kind of cool. I stopped and looked at this. I'm going to read you my description and what I got from the description itself of the video. This is a seated deadlift of 880 pounds, all-time world record without straps, done by Matthew Panda Chandler, who is a paralyzed lifter and competes in the disabled strongman and adaptive powerlifting. Very cool that people in wheelchairs have an option to create and show their skills here. And it's 880 pounds, so I'm like, wow. Damn. And I got to put a backing up for this.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Pretty cool looking.
Wow.
That's no straps. Fucking A, dude.
Damn, you're right.
Yeah. This is really cool. Oh, shit. Look at that. Good for you, man. He's happy.
That's cool.
He had more in the tank, too.
I like that. Oh, yeah, he totally did.
Kind of cool, right?
That's really cool. I love that.
I didn't realize he was paralyzed until I read the description, and then I went to his Instagram
I
page.
didn't realize he was going to be when you said seated. Yeah. I was like, okay, they're doing a seated deadlift. Okay. But I didn't realize that that's why he was doing a seated deadlift. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
Pretty
really
cool.
cool. Yeah, very.
Next up, we have Erik Balogh. He's 5 weeks out from a Gorilla Pack meet on May 24th. Here we'll see some great bench presses. We're 800 and 905. Looks like to a 2 board. He's in his F8 2.0 3-ply band shirt. We are going to check out, they both need backing, so we'll probably play them back to back. This is going to be 800. That's what I have written down. We've seen this. Okay, we got that centered. Okay, good. We've seen Erik just grow on this channel. I mean,
Yeah, we have.
just over the course of time, he's getting better. He's training with the right people. He's learning. And when you share your passion with other people that have the same passion, the result is awesome.
Really cool.
This is 905. I told it, he'll be tapping into 1,000 on the board sooner than later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Got those feet back, based up, good. Good handoff. Good spotters there too. Everybody's on point. Look at this kid. 905, Erik. Just badass.
Very nice. Very impressive.
Jesus, yeah.
Keep up the good work, man.
I couldn't even do that the other night.
Very nice.
Erik, you're just coasting along and doing very awesome. And I think you're going to see some big lifts at that meet. Look like you're doing very well as far as prep wise and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. All this talking's made me parched. Costco water. A lot of microplastics and all that good stuff in it. All right, Bob Merkh, benching here, 1,000 pounds for reps. I think it might be on a board. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Bob does it all.
Yeah, that's a board.
Yeah, he's a great bencher, and I admire him because he's tall like me. And I always complain about my bench stroke. Bob doesn't complain. He just fucking benches it.
Just does it.
Just does it. Damn, son. He goes over 1,100 too in training sometimes. So I keep an eye on him.
Looking strong.
Yeah, I watch. Uh-oh. We're at a Throwback Thursday meet here.
2011.
This was summer 2011. We were at... What's it?
When we were young.
Young. Yeah,
classes.
you were 23 at the time.
Yeah.
What gym was it called? UGF at that time? Universe Gym. Our other gym, 509 Fitness, used to be a Gold, shut down.
Yeah.
And we had to go find a place to train. And we had to go on the other side of town. Well, on this particular day, probably a Sunday, I think that's when we trained maximum effort benching. This was my first shot at 1,200 pounds. I don't know what was going on this day. It was one of those days where you come in and you're just, everything's going up. And I remember clearly I was wearing a 4-ply poly Titan shirt. And the reason I remember it, because I didn't think that shirt could do much. Well, on this day, it was, I got up to like 1,000.
Titan?
It was a Titan. I tried to pause it when I get off the bench, but I remember clearly it was a 4-ply Titan, which is really weird. And it was one of those days where it just, everything was easy, like 1,000. And we got up to 1,100 and I did a couple there. And I started looking at Paul and how can we get 1,200 on here? Well, we got in a 45-pound bench bar, probably my Texas bench bar is what we used. The weights came out to 1,205. There are 1-pound clips on each side, so that would make it 1,207. But during the lift, during the ascent, or the one or the other, one of the clips fell off. So I am going to dock myself and say it was 1,206. And this is my first time benching 1,200. It was done off a 3-board. Don't know why you picked that board that day. But let's check this out. Remember that not everybody had iPhones, and I don't know what this was shot with. But
I don't know what this was shot with.
Not maybe back then. I don't know what phones were. We had iPhones, but I don't bring them to the gym.
I didn't. You had. I mean, they were out, so somebody must have had.
The quality of this video is not. Well, it's okay, but I just wish it was like 1080p or 4K or something. But hey, it is what it is. This is my first 1,200. Let's check it out. So we got the Forza bench, anti-slip pad on there, something we use. It's a yoga mat. Got Paul Roch back there, the legendary Paul Roch.
Yeah.
Larry Bush.
Larry, Big Rob.
Big
Cody
Rob.
Hyatt,
Cody Hyatt. You're holding the
and
board.
me.
This is pretty cool because I wasn't expecting this, but I'm marching up and I'm a pretty damn good arch there. And I get a great handoff, as these guys were known for. Take it out at arm's length. Paul has done it so many times, he knows where to put that fucking bar. Feathers it down. Clip falls off, and I lock it out. Now, you know what? I'm impressed with myself. I used to be strong.
That could have been bad with the clip popping off, though. You're lucky.
Well, yeah.
Larry's lucky. Or whatever side out.
Well, there's no bar to handle. We actually, now, when did we put the chains on there? That must have been another week, because we tried to do it again, and we did, but we put like because we stopped and just loaded chain on, and that came out to like.
I thought it was.
No, this was like the first time. I have another one. I don't think we got on video.
It was a Universe.
It was a Universe, yeah. But we were trying to give those guys on the side at least that much bar to hold on to. So I thought it was pretty cool. Found it on my Google Drive, and it's just memory lane right there. Yeah. Then I got an older video here of Larry Wheels. I think he's pretty fucking awesome lifter. Nice guy too. Met him at the Arnold Classic in the warm-up room. Didn't want to bother him too much because he's warming up, but
we competed together.
You did?
Yeah, not against each other, but we were at the
same. Yeah.
Like, he was doing the meet too.
He was.
He was just like obviously in a different flight, but yeah, we were in the warm-up room together. And
this was a little earlier in his career. This seems to be him benching 635, but with tremendous speed, and just some very impressive athlete here. And we're gonna watch that real quick. 635. Is that what I said? I mean, look at this. A young Larry Wheels. Trained by Mr. John Gaglione. I mean, did you see it? I mean, you blink, you miss it.
I know.
Sorry.
Easy.
Larry's gone for the day. Yeah, that was awesome. 635, looks like a speed rep. And he didn't have like a big old fandangled arch. He just laid down fucking brute strength. Yeah. Just a genetically gifted person. And picked the right sport.
Joke.
I wonder what he did. Maybe we'll get him on the show.
That would be awesome. Mendelson had him on his, if I remember, didn't he?
Well, he had him over, yeah, and they went out and drove some race cars and stuff. Yeah. That's the first thing I asked him in the warm-up area. What do you think of my arch nemesis, Scott Mendelson? And he just laughed and he goes, "He's got some cool cars." Okay. Looks like we're down to speed bench here, and we will check that out. I'm not sure what we did because I've done probably close to 5,000 of them, probably in the course of my lifetime. So
what?
Speed bench.
Oh yeah.
They're just blurs. Every Friday, just get to the next one. So let's check out speed bench. We picked the what is it? What bar? Duffin Prototype. And I think Hines and myself were doing 5s. The rest of the guys are doing 9x3s, short rest periods. Everybody's on point. But apparently, whatever we did here kind of may have helped zap these guys a little further. Because when Tuesday came around, it was bad. But I don't know. You just keep going. I felt pretty good. Those are my bands, so they're brand new, and they are 75 at the top, and they are taunt, and they're not stretched out like the gym bands. I bring my own, and these are a little rough. But that's what we show up for. That's what we sign up for. Hines has got a long bench stroke.
Yeah, he does.
Damn.
He does.
I think we're done benching now. What else? Jose's got to pause him too. Or what was probably his last set? I know he's got to pause. I don't know if I included it. Yeah. Oh, feet up too. Well, why not? Sandoff guy's a little like peeved, but there you go. Broke out the axle bar here. Put some quarters on there. Used my bands. Doubled up again. Coming down on those catch pins there. I don't think those are going to stop a 1,000-pound bench from coming down on your face, though, especially if you hit them on the end of the thing there. I think it's going to rip right off, but we hope they save the lifters at the next meet and spotters be on point. Not sure reps and sets here. These are just back to back. Sometimes we don't even count them now. We just go till failure. I don't know what's wrong with my body. It sure looks like I'm crooked. Well, hey, at least I'm there. Falling apart, but I'm there. So looks like we added a 10, so grind them up. Make those elbows tingle all day long. Been wanting to do rolling dumbbells now that my elbow, tricep area, shoulder, whatever is feeling better on the right side. Wasn't able to do that at all. Had a hot spot in there. Took me a month to get 2 months to fix it on my own, and just happy to be back doing the one thing I love in life, and that's rolling dumbbells. I know the weight looks light, but always want to start out light and get those tricep tendons there at the elbow warmed up. We don't want to rip anything, so. Jose got the dark side cuffs on. I need to start wearing those around the elbow. But you know what I got? I got some Goblin Gear wraps. 48-inch or whatever they are. The 5X ones. I'm going to try those out. Where it is on the street, they'll put 50 pounds on your bench. Kind of excited about it. Yes, I got PR wraps too, but I got all kinds of toys. Looks like we're in unison there. I'm sure, I think we wanted to finish in the 20s, but not sure what we did there. Jose up to 90s already, which is good. Just happy he started out light. Don't need any injuries at all. We have seen a tricep break off at the bone and had to be screwed back in. That set one of the lifters back about 6 months. Here you go. All right. Well, that was Speed Bench 101. And looks like I'm solo again. Fucking, what's going on around here? So max effort, walked in and I wanted to use the Battle Ready shirt again. You know, I got to play with it last week and I was really looking forward to getting some more miles on it and using the belt to sink it down and hold it in place. Usually I don't do that. I slip it on and just play with it. But it was no sooner than the 5 people we had, Jose, Hines, BJ, all tapped out real quick in the workout. So that left me and Dan. And Dan was in his shirt. I was in my shirt, you know, so it came down to 2 people. And we didn't want to keep those other guys waiting because they still can do tricep work, extensions and whatnot. So I don't want them getting cold. So you're in like a catch-22. What do you do? Well, at least we got up to 800. 805, I think we went up to. You know, move on to assistance work and push the guys. Don't let them get too cold because we it took us about an hour to do this just this benching right here. Usually we're on the bench till about 6:15 and then we got 45 minutes of tricep work, but we cooked through this here. I included the best hits. I did have a lot of failed attempts. I was going to post those at the end, but I'm not going to post those. I mean, they bring the bar down and it doesn't come up. That's what you see. Let's check out max effort work here. Just starting out with 315, 405, barely getting up there, shooting it over my face, a little pissed. Dan, I just kind of jumped to where Dan was in his shirt. That's 5. Ashley's at 500.
Why are you asking
I
me?
don't know, because you know everything.
If it was 45s, I could tell you.
So here's the Widowmaker at, I'm doing the quick 1-2 here. This is 500. I just want to get up to 7 and 8. So there's that. And then we go to 6. Why wait another round just when you can just do it like this? And that works. Let's see, we're getting some shirt action here. We got Dan here, 605. Is that what it is? Yeah. Good spotters on the side, watching the bar, making sure nothing happens. Here I am, 715. Had a little bumpy handoff there, but oh well. And I pointed at him. Dan here, 715. Looks like a 2-board. Ashley, is that what you got?
Yeah.
All right, well.
Not the best angle to tell, but it looks like it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
2-board.
2-board, okay. And me with 805 here. Better handoff. Bar was kind of slipping out of my hands a little bit, but there was some chalk over there, and I was planning chalk for my next one at 9. But at this point, the guys are just standing around, and it's just me, Dan, and Starrett right there lifted too, but there you go. Easy. Got that meet coming up in 4 weeks. Is that what it is, Ashley? May 17th?
May 17th.
Yeah, something like that.
2 or 3, probably.
I got stuck talking to somebody, so they went ahead and set this up over here at Smith Machine. I got sidetracked a little bit, but we're going to film it. Utilize this Smith machine one way or another, whether you're doing incline or extensions of any kind. You could do them flat. Do some overhead too. If we put that seat all the way up, do some seated presses in there. I need to go lay in the sun. Kind of pasty. Slight angle of that Smith machine, and it's kind of weird. It is not straight up and down. 225 on there, Ashley. Is that good?
Yeah.
I think Jose does a little bit more.
I'm not sure.
I try to film the good stuff here. Yeah. That's a 25 on there or a 35. I can't tell. But he's pushing it. He couldn't bench very much, you know. But you can still push those triceps. That's why I didn't want him cooling down too much, and they kind of started to do that. We decided to do the non-elbow irritating kickbacks here. And this is on incline. The idea here is to pinch your shoulder blades and try to come back, flex at the top, and try to hold it for a split second. Controlled movements here. Anybody can grab hundreds and just swing them back and forth like a pendulum. That's going to do nothing. But what you want to do is kick them back and flex and try to hold it. Because you just swing them, you get nothing out of it. I guess a good stretch. Say Heinz has got some 80s or 90s there. Yeah, you really want to squeeze when you go back and try to hold that fucker. Try to hold it straight. Get a pretty good tricep pump off of these. And there's no elbow irritation, so it's win-win. Push downs, nobody wants to see that. So, yeah, all in all, I thought it was pretty good for what we do. Now, we're kind of counting down the days now. The next couple workouts, and shit, it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, because May 17th, I mean, it'll be May, like, next week.
Is it really?
I think.
Well,
I think.
yeah, I think you're right. Last year wasn't good month for me, May.
No. The last day of April was the worst, and then May started
Yeah.
shit and was shit for most of it.
Yeah, those good memories there.
Not good.
Yeah, so we got everything dialed in. It's, this close to a meet like this. I mean, these guys have been pushing pretty hard. And you got to understand, too, Jose squats 600 and deadlifts 600 and puts chains and things on there. And, he's done a little extra work and probably, wore him out a little bit. Hines, I think just had one of those days. He's been pushing hard for a few weeks in a row, and eventually you hit a wall. Ideally for me, next week I should probably just use the Widowmaker and not put the shirt on. But I want to make sure I get one good shirt to wear. I want to get that shirt in the 9 and the 1,000, see what it can do. So I've been taking out the inserts, I'm getting to learn it pretty well, but I want to do some repetition work in it. And our little bench press there, we had to go back to a different, we had three holes showing on the handoff. So what I'm trying to eliminate is taking the bar out and having it with the bent arm thing. So I'm constantly spinning, trying to get better. So if I could self-hand out the weight and put it out my line, it'd be awesome. But I'm not one of those people.
It'd be good.
What's going on in the chat box?
Then you would have to depend on anybody.
Yo.
We got James Borgal in here first.
Yeah. Thank you for the videos, James.
He says, "Hello, Ryan and Ashley. You both are looking strong and healthy. Thank you."
I got a
Thanks,
jawbone
James.
again.
Appreciate that.
I ain't the puffy face guy no more.
No more hot dog neck.
I like hot dogs though.
Yeah, not on the back of your neck.
No.
Not a pretty look. Sorry.
Been power walking 2 miles on that damn treadmill a few times a week. I'm impressed. Have you seen me eat any Hershey bars and donuts or anything? Doing pretty good. Yeah.
No, you've been doing good.
And I don't even know the name of that
attest
place
to
over there with
that.
the yellow M. What's that place? Never been there.
Well, let's not lie. You've been there before, but you haven't been there in months.
Months.
I don't remember the last time we went there, actually.
That's a good thing. I know I'm going to get a Big Mac, and so are you, thanks to Remy Shirley.
I know.
I don't forget. Yeah, we're getting Big Mac. Large fry, large Diet Coke.
Hell yeah.
All right, Paul Lauffer.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Going good. Hey, Paul. How are you? How are you and Christina doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hope everything's going good. Nice benching. We had your video on earlier at the beginning of the show. Looking strong and powerful. Nice job. Looked easy.
Oh, he talks about the bar here, too. So keep moving.
Okay. We've got the Magic Mountain 33. Look how buff Ashley looks while looking pretty lean. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. He also says the arms are out. Can see the buff.
What about
Thank
me?
you. I didn't see Ryan.
No.
I didn't see Ryan.
I'm buff. I'm just a little skinnier. So I've dropped 30 pounds. Nobody wants to talk to me anymore.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
You get compliments all the time. Let me have my moment.
Okay.
Thank you, Magic Mountain 33. Really appreciate that. Very nice of you. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
Good to
thank
have
you.
ya. Paul Lauffer. That was a Texas Power Bench Bar.
I got one of those. Yeah. It's a little thicker in diameter, I believe. In fact, it's in the garage. I took it home from the gym when we got the F8.
Yeah, there's like a pile of
Bars
Barbells,
locked up, yeah. Well, you can't leave them out. People fucking find ways to bend bars and who knows what.
Yeah, but you can lock them up with the other ones that are locked
Yeah,
up.
that's fine. I was just talking to Jose. We still got that football bar with the camber in the middle that we haven't used lately. My biggest complaint about it is there's no knurling on it, and it's
Wrap it in tape.
where do you get the tape at?
Sports tape.
Yeah,
I feel like if you use sports tape,
yeah,
that would
I agree.
work just fine. And
'Cause
if
you
you didn't like it, it comes right off.
A little bit of moisture in your hand, and it's a son of a bitch. I don't know where they
it's like
made
a
it. They didn't.
Yeah, I don't either.
They didn't even try to knurl it. It's like stamped with the crisscross marks like you'd see on your
Can't
salmon from a
explain
restaurant.
why. I have no idea why they did that, but or didn't.
And that's Rogue. You expect better
Really
quality
are.
product from them,
But I
bastards.
think all you need to do is wrap in.
I think I need to get a hold of Rogue and bitch a little bit. I'm a customer, and I'm not happy with their product. Send me another one knurling on it. All right, Kyle.
Bitching and complaining. That's a great way to get.
I'm not bitching. I'm giving him feedback.
To get what you need.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Customer's always right.
Not you.
Not me.
Not in your case.
Okay.
It's never true in your case.
Read what Kyle's saying there.
All right, Kyle. Sup, everyone? Hope everyone is training smart and lifting strong. 100%. I myself am on the last day of a week off, so I'm just soaking in some stir fry.
Oh, yeah.
I cooked for my mom and I.
Nice. I like stir fry.
Very cool. And that was nice of you.
Yeah.
Cooking for you and your mom.
Is it a chicken, beef? What kind of protein are in the stir fry?
Probably chicken.
Chicken? Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Making me hungry. Every time we talk about food, I get hungry.
No law that says it has to be chicken and stir fry, but I think traditionally, I think it's
still his
chicken.
recipe. So we got those noodles from Costco in there. It's remember, aren't they stir fry noodles or the vegetables? We ate it before. You put like chopped up chicken, grilled chicken on there. Yeah. I used to be a chef. Mr. Elite Entertainment.
Ringing a little bit of a bell. I hope you are both well.
Doing good.
Thank you, Mr. Elite. We hope you are too. Hope everything's going great for you. Mr. Elite Entertainment. It's awesome to see that old video, that old school video of yourself benching 1,200. It would be cool to see more. I remember watching your 680 raw.
Yeah.
With the grinder soundtrack in the background.
You know what was cool that gym? We didn't have him change the music. Larry had like this boom box he got at Costco, and he hooked up his little.
It was like a speaker.
A big, but loud.
Yeah.
Like God, there's another video I have, and just those memories of hearing that music, man.
Yeah.
And Larry'd crank it up too. We owned that gym on Sunday. You got to agree with that. Like nobody came.
Although at 5:09, remember that day when that lady left that horrible note complaining about the powerlifters?
Sure. Breaks my heart.
I know. She was
Yeah.
a bitch, dude.
Yeah.
So rude.
That's all right. They're dime a dozen out there.
I know. Yeah, if we had more old school videos, like we'd play them, but it wasn't quite as prevalent. It wasn't quite as common
To video
because like back in those days, not everybody had a, smartphone with the camera on them at all times. Like, if you didn't specifically bring a camera to film, like you didn't just have one in your pocket.
2007.
So there's not
iPhone
there's there's some because you guys would bring a camera and use it sometimes, but
I never
very
did.
Many. Then how'd you guys get videos?
Somebody, Larry's wife.
Somebody did, yeah. Because that's why we have the handful of videos that we do.
I got another
Especially
one too.
The 509 ones, because back then at 509, I don't think barely anybody had smartphones. Mr. Elite Entertainment.
Okay.
What's your experience with both BPC 157 and PRP injections? Never had these before. Just wondering how effective this would be for a rotator cuff tear, not a full thickness tear.
Larry that we just spoke about, he had a tear, and he did PRP. He just started the procedure, so I don't know. I think it might be too early to see results, but there's many people that do get PRP injections, and they rant and rave. A lot of people say it's the healing benefits are so, and it's like a Band-Aid basically. And this is just feedback that I hear, because there's PRP and there's exosomes, what are those ones called?
I think it was
Exosomes, and then there's the kingdom of all the
exosomes.
Yeah, stem cells too. BP 157, way cheaper than PRP. I don't think insurance covers those, and I've heard people paying upwards of like $900 an injection, and you might need more than one. So if I was you, I would invest in the BPC 157 first. Get it from a reputable peptide source. There's a many out there, but it's find one that has good reviews and not selling any fake shit. But because that's a healing property peptide BPC, and I've used it before. And my only story I have was getting that fascia tear here on the tricep when they rolled the Phenom sleeve up on me, and this was like 2015. And long story short, it was a Saturday meet, came in on Monday, and it was hurting real bad. Felt like there was a knife being stuck in there and right in that spot. And I remember I couldn't do one. I did 135 for one, and it was not happy. It barely went up. Got a bottle of that and took it in the AM and the PM, putting the injection as close as I could to the injury. 2 weeks later, I remember I had the Duffalo bar, 405 on there, and 3 chains, and was doing it for 5 reps. So I speak very highly of BPC 157. I myself have never had PRP, but anybody that gets it, I always ask for feedback of what their experience. And it's kind of 50-50. A lot of people skip to the exosomes, which is like the daughter of stem cells, something like that. They're in the same family, and it's a cheaper alternative to stem cell therapy, and it is cheaper, and it is what's that guy who had no cartilage, and basically the exoserm, I'm going to say it wrong every time, exoserms, that guy, the guy that's a Hamper Patrol. He had Chris, no cartilage in his shoulder. He's had 2 injections now, and the cartilage is forming inside of it.
Larry's getting it too, I think.
He's doing PRP.
I think he tried it, but I don't want to spread rumors, but I thought he was gonna try.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I could be wrong.
I have to ask him.
Ask him about it.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. Don't spread it, because I swear I thought somebody recently told me.
Okay, so maybe he had a shot and then it wasn't effective, and
because we talked about, because he even said that
I don't remember.
He was gonna do the stem cells because it was so much cheaper.
What?
And he had
stem cells is expensive.
Cheaper than exoserms.
No, exoserms are for like $1,500 a shot. Stem cells go above and beyond that.
So, are you sure? I thought the exoserms was more expensive.
No, Chris told me it's like.
Maybe that's what he found out, that the exoserms were cheaper, and that's why.
Instead of stem cells, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
No, not stem cells. Sorry, PRP. Yeah, scratch everything I just said. He was gonna have PRP.
Yeah.
Because it was cheaper than exoserms.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if he decided that the PRP didn't do the trick this time. I don't know. I'm spreading.
He's probably getting the same information I am, because the owner of the gym doesn't speak very highly of PRP, and he himself.
He had success with exoserms.
Yeah, exoserms. Yeah. So there you go. PRP, kind of up in the air on that one. Some people get it. Don't snort like that.
Sorry, guys. Having allergies.
I think the Lillibridges spoke highly of PRP in the back spine.
So.
Yeah,
That's what he was.
Yeah, I asked him twice about that, and they've had some PRP injections, because I mean Lillibridges, they squat thousands of pounds, and it bulging discs and whatnot. It definitely helps. And then it's I don't know if the PRP is one price, and then you got an image to inject it into an area on the spine, and that's extra money probably to scan and figure out where the needle goes, because it's tricky business. Anytime that's what they did on my stenosis in my neck. They had to do imaging, and I was up on the screen there, and you could see the needle going. It was weird. But if I were you, I'd do BPC 157. Try it. You'll be out $60 if that, and either it works. If you get it close enough to the injury, there is a TB 500 too. I don't know about this. People combine it with the 157, but I was always told that the TB 500 is an anti-inflammatory. BP 57 basically creates inflammation and healing, so they cancel each other out, so to speak. So I've always done the BPC by itself in the morning in the injury. Then I do the TB 500 like mid-evening, and then like before I go to bed, I'll put another one in the injury, and I keep them spread apart. So, but I don't know everything. This is just people tell me things. Kyle.
Kyle, I don't think I use any more than 20 pounds for those tricep
Yeah.
kickbacks. LOL. Y'all brave. And my rolling tricep kickbacks are like 30s, 40s. I'm basically flexing like a raging gorilla the whole time.
That's all right. We all
Yeah.
got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing wrong
Start
with
do the
that.
20 pounds, and eventually, you go 25s. And the ticket is just like anything else, is definitely squeezing those handles. Don't just let it sit in your hand and have this all be all limp. Put a grip on that fucking barbell when you're doing them. Same with the rolling tricep kickbacks. Squeeze that bar, get that motion down, but just try to stay away from the strict extension like this, because a lot of times people do that and it puts a lot of stress right here, and it's stress we don't need. That's why the rolling part kind of alleviates some of that initial flex there. My favorite tricep exercise right there, rolling dumbbells. Okay, so the stir fry is this.
Chicken breast,
Okay.
white rice,
Yes.
zucchini, yellow butternut squash, and red onion, Johnny's seasoning and pepper, then sweet chili Thai sauce.
Damn.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good for basic stuff. Yeah, that sounds really good.
That sweet chili sauce. I think they call it
All of that.
Mao Pie or something at
Everything.
Walmart. It's really good.
Yeah, that all sounds amazing.
We used to make a spicy Thai chicken sandwich, and we took
Yes.
some of that spicy chili sauce there,
And
put a little
with
ketchup in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh.
those were delicious. Why haven't we had those in a while?
I got
We
Swiss
haven't had
cheese and
John
everything.
chicken in a long time.
Well, the John chicken hasn't been made since we went over that house where the 15 animals were dead and rotting.
Okay, that has nothing. Like,
Yes,
you
because
can't say that.
I cooked it
because
that
now
night.
They have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, but we went over there and stuck our nose in the window, and it was a vile freaking stench. Then came back home, and it was still in my nose. Then it combined with that chicken Dijon dinner we were eating, just kind of put it on hold for me. I know it's been 4 or 5 years ago, but
It's been a long.
it was traumatizing. Did they not pull 15
animals?
animals out of there?
They pulled a lot.
Piece
I
of
don't know if
shit
it was
people.
quite 15, but it was
Yeah.
pretty damn. It was close to that, if not.
Okay.
But now they have no idea what you're talking about.
It's side story. We had some neighbors that were
Pieces of
hoarders.
shit.
Yeah, and
They just left their house.
Just left their house. One dog was in a little.
They didn't officially move out. They just left. And we knew that they had left a dog in the backyard, and the dog was being taken care of because they didn't officially move out. They were supposedly coming back.
Never came back.
And so the dog was being taken care of. But nobody knew they had animals inside the house.
Yeah.
Until the neighbor that was taking care of the outside dog was walking by like a window. So at some point he saw like a barely alive dog in the window one day and was like, "What the fuck?" And
Animal control came out, sheriff came out,
the police, and
then it was like a horror movie. They're just dragging out
they were
carcasses.
dragging out little dead bodies.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even brought up
I
that
know.
story.
Well, that's what I'm.
All I brought up was John Chicken. You didn't have to
I'm
take
sorry.
it back to that story.
All right, let's talk about James Borgall here and his Texas.
But anyways,
bench bar.
that house was like it just left for a long time.
Garbage.
After that.
Death.
And we were so curious, and the kitchen window was open.
It was cracked.
It was cracked, and we were so curious, like how bad. I don't know why we were that sick and morbid to want to know, but we were, and we went over and smelled in there one day, and it was terrible.
The smell of death and just rotting
Bad,
garbage
because
and
you
everything.
knew what it was, like you knew part of what it was. I mean, it was all sorts of stuff because they were living in it, and then they just left, like they didn't get anything prepared.
Worthless
yet.
people.
Terrible.
She got 3 months in jail, right? Ooh.
Not very much
Yeah.
time. She was a piece of shit. She
Yeah.
also got in trouble for falsely accusing her ex-husband of raping her on the side of our,
House.
not like our house, but in their property.
Bullshit.
It didn't happen.
All right. Okay, go.
Anyway,
James
we got
Borgall up
way
here.
off track. We
Yeah,
probably lost
sorry.
a ton of viewers right there.
James Borgall, pick it up.
James Borgall. The Texas bench bar and the fat pad for my bench have made a great difference in my max since I got them. Plenty of room on the bar for more weights, and the pad is plenty big for my fat old butt.
Yeah,
LOL.
I got a Thompson fat pad I want to put on our bench, but shorter guys don't like it. You know,
I don't
us
blame
taller
'em.
guys, we like it, but you know, we have short
'Cause it
people.
makes it higher up. It makes it harder to
I know,
reach the floor.
I know. So I
properly.
haven't put it on there. Kyle.
Kyle, my dad walked around with a Kodak camera everywhere, as big as they were. My mom has a dang smartphone and barely snaps a pic.
Huh.
And then Kyle says, that sounds like a great setup, James.
Hmm.
Yeah, it does. It does sound like a great setup. Kyle, aren't certain SARMs and other compounds made for that kind of tissue damage? Aren't peptides more for ligaments and tendons? I don't really know much, but some guy who benched 600 said test is best.
Well, peptides like Stamorelin, CJC, those type of peptides cause your body and pituitary gland to secrete its own growth hormone. So, but the healing properties of peptides is the BPC 157 and anti-inflammatory is TB 500. The rest of the peptides are basically you take before bed with no carbohydrates consumed for the 2 hours prior to bed, and you take it right before you go to bed, and definitely enhances your sleep. And I think they're basically you can beat Father Time with those, you know, getting your body to produce its own growth hormone output again. Does a lot of great things for you. And they ban them, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. I used to work at a online med, what do you call it? Medline?
Like, what do you mean?
Where we sold peptides and TRT and stuff. It's called Invigor Medical.
I can't
And
remember what they are technically called, but yeah.
yeah, we
Invigor
battled with
Medical,
the FDA, and
different.
I think Stamorelin was the only one that's FDA approved when I was there. That was 5-6 years ago. But I don't know what they've taken away. Ibutamorelin, which is MK677, I believe that was we weren't able to sell that anymore. So phenomenal stuff, but people don't like it, like the FDA and so on and so forth. Kyle.
Makes you wonder what some stem cell added viral vector super soldier can do. A lot of super physiological athletes are the test bed for super soldiers and lead survivors and IED survivors get the goodies too. Okay. Interesting. Stem cell added viral.
That's what I was going to go down to Portovar to Mexico, was get the not the peptide, stem cell therapy down there. Yeah, because it seems like the deeper you go into Mexico, the cheaper it is and the more you get compared to what we do in the United States here. So I'd like to have them put it in my lower L5 and my neck, and maybe just do an IV too, just to get it in my body everywhere that needs it. A lot of UFC fighters went down to Panama and whatnot. I know Ken Shamrock has, and Don Fry, I think's done it. A lot of people go down there and get that therapy and brings them right back. You know, Ken Shamrock was talking about how he used to bench 600 pounds. I don't know about that, but he wasn't able to do anything, and he went down there and came back, and he was able to start lifting again. So, but you will definitely pay for stem cell therapy.
Yeah.
That's the bitch of it all.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Elite.
Stuff. But if it heals you like it's supposed to, it seems like it'd be something worth it if you could afford it.
Remember one guy was telling me that they take the stem cells from your sternum, they stick a needle in, and they get them out. Yeah, over my head, but I'd be willing to put some coin down, because this guy goes there every year and gets fake teeth and whatever else he does. But he was the one that kind of turned me on to that stem cell therapy and how cheap it was. And sure enough, I looked it up and found the doctors down there and got our passports. And I don't know why we're sitting here. I want some. I mean, if I can keep this whole body going, stem cells will definitely help. Allow me to continue doing what I love.
Mm-hmm.
That's getting underweight and pressing it up, heavyweight. Where are we at now?
Mr. Elite Entertainment. Thanks a lot for the advice. We'll definitely look into it. Currently working around the shoulder issue with close grip bench press, with some board presses as well. I may also switch to reverse grip.
Yeah. We do some reverse grip on like a 2-board sometimes instead of full range. So, yeah. And I think Jimmy, the way he does it with the talon grip, I think the bar goes in between these 2 fingers.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Something like that.
It's an awkward thing for me because that's as far as my wrists go back. They don't bend.
Mobility.
Too many years of 1,000+ pounds pushing these bones together here.
Yeah, but he can do it.
I know.
He's got 1,400, 1,500. Wow. You know what I mean?
Howard Weingarten.
Howard Weingarten. Hey, Howard. Thanks for joining
howdy.
us. Good to have you here. Hey, guys. How's life? It was great to see the old school 1,200. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting
Neat,
that day. But, 1,000. And I like jumps, like 9,000, and then go to 1,000, then to 1,100. And when 1,100 went up, I remember, God, let's put more weight on the bar. Feeling it. I don't even remember.
Can you fit more weight on the bar?
No, you can't. That's why we did it with chains the next time around.
Yeah.
I can't prove that story, so I'm not going to talk about it. But
I don't know why we.
I remember it was the same bar. We got 1,200 on the bar, and then I think we had the chain with all my chain or 3 of my chains. I had it all figured out one time, but I'm not going to talk about it because I can't prove it. So, all right, Kyle.
Brandon burgers were the first, I think. Testosterone and meth, I think.
Oh, that's a great combo.
Pretty scary. LOL. Nowadays, imagine a company-sized element of soldiers with powerlifter strength and stamina like a horse. Ooh, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
No.
And testosterone and meth is a great combo. I recommend that you do it. That's sarcasm, sorry.
Yeah, make sure
the Magic Mountain.
You specify that.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Yes.
Magic Mountain 33.
33. This is probably an annoying question, but how much can a 1,100 suit bencher do raw? 700 to 800 raw? Opinions on this, please. I know it's 2 different types of lifting, I guess. Probably shouldn't compare. But still wondering.
Yeah, I was close to 1,100, and I probably had a 700 bench one day. I was warming up, but I did 680 in the gym, touch and go, 650 in a contest, and I was just training in the raw bench for 4 weeks. I never really trained it any longer than that. And when I was getting ready for a shirted lift, I didn't care about where my raw bench was because it would always go to about 650. And that's all he cared about. So it was my whole gig was getting in the shirt and keep getting that bench number up, and get further away from Scott Mendelson and Gene Richlack. That was my goal. And but yeah, that was I can't say that for everybody, but I had some great raw benches, before I got the fancy shirt phenom and all that. But yeah. Probably could remember that day. I always tell this story when I was rushed on the platform by Scott Taylor, APA president, and 600 raw. That's fine. I do that. But then he's barking at me like, "Hurry up!" And I'm like, "Well, I get opening with 10:10. I got And so I think the next one was 7:35, and he had it on the bar. And I looked over at Paul, and I guess we got to speed up. So put a 2-board down and. Remember he handed
without the shirt on,
came down to 2-board with that and put it up so fucking fast. I turned up and I go, "Paul, I got the raw record today." That was the strongest I ever felt. Like
But he was being sponsored by
Inzer. So
and if he would have lifted raw in a
probably would have
competition,
lost
he was
some.
afraid he would lose that. He had a sweet sponsorship.
Yeah,
Where he's getting
it's called
$300
the
or
platinum
$400 shirts,
platinum sponsorship.
multiple every week for free. So not a gig.
4 or 5 phenoms a week. Ordered on Sunday,
crazy.
would be on my doorstep Friday afternoon. The UPS guy would drop that box off.
It's wild.
And they were one lift shirts. That's why you ordered so many. All right. Scary neighbors.
Scary
glad they're
neighbors.
gone.
Oh, the scumbags.
They weren't scary. They just were scumbags.
They were, I mean, scary that they could do that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you can do that to animals with no, with no remorse, that's very scary.
Yeah.
I mean, and just out of sheerly, I mean,
people. There's all kinds of people.
so
out there.
many things they could, like, why would. I mean, they knew all the. We had even asked. We'd asked the daughter. We wanted to make sure. I mean, we asked her if there were any animals inside, because she.
Don't talk about it.
Mr.
Mr. Elite.
Yes.
He's talking about Julius
Scummy,
Maddox, and
scary
I don't know anything about this, but read that one.
I recall that Julius Maddox had 3 tears in the shoulder after attempting 700 on incline. I don't think he went the surgery route either.
Well, that brings up an interesting point: is what's holding him from doing the 800? He does all these exhibition 700s and whatnot, but does he have some injuries that aren't healing? Because it's on a silver platter for him, that 800 bench. So I just like to know if he's got injuries that maybe be holding him back, or I've heard this and I've heard that, and I don't repeat those. I heard this and I heard that, but I'm rooting for him, man. I just like to see him get it because he's, the only one on the planet that's can do 800 raw. It's fun to watch him lift too. He makes it look so easy. All right, Kyle. Marijuana.
Marijuana is legal in a few states and could possibly get reclassed at some point. Do you have an opinion on its performance effects? Personally, I see it as an NSAID, causes some memory funk too.
I don't understand because I've smoked marijuana and we worked out one time back in 1994, and I think we got 2 sets in on the bench and we just laughed at each other. We got nothing done. And marijuana is like a muscle relaxer and
good for recovery.
Yeah, it doesn't get me amped up, and
not necessarily during.
I don't really want to chew the knurling off the bar and kill people when.
I don't know. I felt like for certain, like
some people smoke it while they train.
Bodybuilding style training where you kind of get your brain in a mode and you can kind of just get lost in what you're doing. Like I think it can be helpful. Like on my back and
I'm
biceps
tunnel vision.
day, I felt like it helped.
I want to kill somebody,
but on
and I don't want that
power
being
lift day,
watered
where
down.
You're trying to focus, trying to hit perfect form, trying to hit certain numbers. I think it's a little harder, but like I said, I think if you're doing bodybuilding style training where you're just
what's Kyle's obsession with these
I guess
soldiers?
I'm done with
we got to move.
I was saying.
Yeah, I got to get to eat dinner. It's 8:00 already. Keep going.
Guess I'm done.
Just read Kyle's post here.
We brought up marijuana. I was explaining my opinion because you said something that I disagreed with. That must be why you're trying to rush me.
No, I don't. I don't think it has any place when you're training. Maybe post workout for an appetite stimulant.
Helps you eat and gain weight. Helps you sleep.
Mm-hmm. Can raise estrogen too in some people.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
That's Kyle. That's also one of a few reasons Hitler lost a bunch of soldiers. The Brandenburgers were like the first stormtroopers. Sorry, LOL. Most tactical athletes would be more into the EPO like Armstrong anyway. Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about
either
that kind of stuff, but that sounds fascinating.
Magic Mountain.
I don't know what EPO is, though. Do you?
It increases red blood cell count, endurance, thickens your blood too.
The Magic Mountain 33. Thank you for your answer above. I have a feeling if you practice raw bench long enough, you could have been as strong as Julius Maddox. Just an opinion. Thank you for your input. If you practiced raw, I meant. Yeah. I have to say back in his shirted days, if he would have practiced raw more, absolutely.
I'd have to put the shirt away and you know, commit to that, and it just.
I don't know. You had to.
I had a 1,075 bench, and I could put up 1,000-pound lift pretty easy any day of the week, and I just enjoyed that ride. And people would always ask me that, and I go, well, I think to see a human being do over 1,000 pounds is kind of cool. But people always like that raw stuff too. But 1,000 pounds on a bar in pound plates, 100-pound plates and then 45s, it's ominous and kind of cool.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and I believe a human being can move that. People just don't get it. Come up and let us hand it off to you. Just hold it.
Yeah, most people's forearms and elbows would dislocate and break. And...
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I just wonder if I would have practiced it. And
I think you would have totally.
Probably could have. But you got to remember at the time, too, it was Mendelsohn that had the record, and I didn't really...
And raw just wasn't as popular.
It wasn't popular.
Wasn't popular at all.
No.
You'd go to a meet. It's like the reverse of what it is now. You'd go to a meet, and pretty much everybody would be in gear, in shirts and gear, and maybe one or two
raw
would
person.
Be raw.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's kind of the opposite. Almost everybody's
History
raw.
repeats itself.
And then you have a small handful of people that are wearing gear, and shirts and gear. So it's kind of interesting that it flipped so much. But yeah, back when he was hitting his world records, raw was really not popular, and you'd have to put your sponsorship at risk to do it. So
did Maddox just hit 760 again in the cage? He did it somewhere. I constantly see him in these cages, and I saw one video where he was over in Siberia or something, and
oh really?
Yeah, like on the other side of the world doing it. Yeah, it's awesome. It's hard to travel and perform at your best. That long trip over the pond, time change, day change, food chain. Yeah, those are things you got to work around. Magic Mountain 33. I got to go to bed. Catch you guys another day. I'm a trucker. Long days and not much time for anything. I understand that. My hat's off to you, man.
Yeah.
13, 14-hour days. I'm sure you're pulling those. Coast to coast, city to city, and we appreciate your service, providing goods and services to us. I don't know what you're hauling, but something we probably use, though. Yeah.
Benefiting most of us in some way, shape, or form. Well, good night. Thank you for joining us. It was great to have you at Magic Mountain.
Please come back.
Thank you for your input.
Stay away from those lot lizards, they call them, I think.
What's that?
Truckers know what it is.
What is it?
Prostitutes.
Why would it be called a lot lizard?
I think that's what they call them. It's trucker terminology. All right, Mr. Elite.
I think that's true. But...
Didn't you bench 800 to a 3-board? I attempted it one day, just screwing around. And I had Paul hand it out to me. Came down to the 3-board, came off about an inch, and I said, nope. Sorry. Tried it.
Cool.
Yeah, thought I could do it. A little cocky. It got the best of me. It wasn't heavy in my hands. It was just it's 800.
You're used to holding over 1,000. So
I kind of underestimated it, but I thought if I could get it there, that'd be kind of cool to say. But it basically kind of stuck to the board, didn't go very far. Laughed it off later, but it was fun. Thanks a lot for answering my question. Anytime, Mr. Elite. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
That's why we always take time to do this chat box stuff.
Thanks for joining us.
Get some chit chat in the chat box.
Kyle, the joint alignment and technique skill curve alone is just heads and shoulders above raw. Yeah? Yeah.
I'm surprised that this band shirt,
totally true.
Entering the powerlifting of this day and age, and so many people benching 1,000 pounds now, and I thought that might turn people back to geared lifting again, but it's expensive. I haven't bought a squat suit or a some knee wraps, and what else do you need? Deadlift suit and a bench shirt. I mean, you're
And
bringing a whole duffel bag to the hockey bag to the
squat
gym.
suit, briefs.
Yeah, briefs. So raw lifting, you bring some sleeves or some wraps and a belt, some lifting shoes. So
And you're good to go.
yeah, so it's a
little different.
little more spendy. And equipment's not cheap. You know, band shirts run $500. So I thought it was bad when the Inzer Phenom was 380 something. Once you scoop the neck, and whether you want a grid stitch or super duper this and any of these alterations, you know, I thought Zinzer told me one time these are $380, $90 shirts. So it was a blessing getting 4 of those a week. Do the math.
That's a lot.
I couldn't afford that.
No, definitely not.
I could bench 750 raw that day, and the whole world would be happy, but I wouldn't see a bench shirt for a long time.
No.
So
No, but it would have been cool to hold both records at the same time.
That'd been
like
cool.
legitimately.
Yeah.
I mean, I know somebody else claimed that,
Yeah.
but we know that.
well, and
they
somebody else didn't really
really-
pause their raw bench on that particular movement, so
Right.
thought it was a little touch and go. But hey, life goes on.
Yes.
Howard.
Howard. I have a meet in October. I have a meet in October and hit 635 to a 3 board,
Okay.
and was thinking starting my shirt next
Mhm.
month about every 2 weeks until about July. What do you think? Hopefully I'm 100% by then. Yeah,
Absolutely.
hopefully.
Get in the shirt, train, acclimate yourself to moving weight, and try to, you know, we like to do reverse band press once in a while. And it's not a builder but a tester. But in my day and age, I held my first 1,000-pound barbell when I was in the reverse band press, and we had 100 pounds of band assistance, and I did it off a 2 board in a denim style shirt. So because people were big on Reichlach doing static holds, because he had a video where he did static holds with 900, and we tried that. But like I said, if you did it at the beginning of your workout, it just shot your pressing movements for the day. If you did it at the end of the workout, you couldn't hold it because you were petered out. So I decided to mix the best of both worlds and put it in a reverse band setup, and that way you're taking it out at top, it's all the weight, and then bring it down so you're actually taking out, moving it, and instead of just holding it in one place.
Yeah.
So that's why I like reverse band press.
Yeah.
Done correctly. Hooking the bands up at 7 feet, not 12 feet above you, so they're assisting 500 pounds, but hook them up correctly and done correctly. I think it's phenomenal. And you know, you're probably not going to want to wear the shirt all the time either. You know, want to do some shirtless work or some what do you call it, Widowmaker stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
It can have been
too much
that
of one
type
thing over at too many particular weeks, and 90% or above in the same movement, you'll start going backwards. So don't do boards all the time. But 2 weeks on and 1 off, that's how I trained. And about the 3rd week, I needed a deload. There was, you know, people might say things about that, but I push it really hard for 2 weeks and then come in, do that deload, and I came back and would be 2 weeks firing again. So recuperation is such a big deal. Central nervous system fatigue, and
for sure.
and age is a thing too. It's just things get harder as you get older. It's weird.
Yeah, that sucks.
We got some people on our team that like getting their 40s now. They said, well, you get past 45, it starts getting really weird. A lot of miles on my body, so, but I enjoy it.
Well, it sucks because, like, after you've been doing it for so long, you start to you know, learn it.
Yeah.
And, like, you should be getting the better and best at it, but in reality, your body starts to
Say, hey, this is,
kind of
We're
say,
burnt.
hey, we're
missing some
getting
cylinders here.
tired and
Yeah.
missing some cylinders. It's kind of a bummer that is.
I'm almost
tends to
tempted to
work out
bench
that.
once a week, but it's not in my.
I say you just could.
It's not in
you
me.
Could handle that.
It's not in me. I have to bench twice
I
a
don't
week.
know that was even a good. I mean, I think you want to be benching twice a week.
I agree.
And stay sharp with the lift. Stay sharp.
Well, it's
with
also
the
hard when you're
form.
getting 100 carbs a day too, and I don't want to blame my diet, but I'm gonna eat carb load pretty soon. I have a cheat meal. It's 293. You know, if I get it down to 285, it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few more sessions on the treadmill, and yeah, I think I'll be there.
That's a good goal.
Yeah. First of all, Howard Weingarten says, yeah, I like that a lot also, and the 630 was in the 2-ply Widowmaker. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And I
Good
believe
work.
Howard
Glad that you're feeling so much better. And
Howard
able to
has a
push the
4-ply,
weight
right?
again.
Howard, do you have a 4-ply?
I think maybe.
I think maybe. Okay.
But I'm not totally positive. But yeah, it's great to hear that you're feeling so much better that you're able to start pushing it again. That's great. Great to hear. Great to hear you're planning on doing a meet.
Hell yeah.
Keep it up, man. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome.
Have you found, Howard, other people to hand off for you? Like, if you're going to do a meet, you got to have people. I know it's hard to find people to hand off weight to you, but God, I wish you had a bunch of people down there that wanted to power lift.
Too bad him and Paul don't live in
live closer.
Same area, yeah.
Like CrossFit and whatever else people are doing now. All right. Kyle,
I only bench heavy 1 time a week, but I bench 3 times a week. 1 power day, main grip, 1 stimulus day, supporting bench like close grip, then a speed day. I find that benching heavy twice a week
weekends
is enough.
Yeah. So Kyle,
2 times a week.
He's figured out what his body can do, how hard he can push it, etc., and without being overtrained and having to deload. So that's good.
Yeah, that's great. Great that you can figure that out and kind of know how your body is gonna react.
Howard says, wait till you're 60. It just gets great. It's just great.
I sense some sarcasm, I think, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, the weight is not getting any lighter. 1,000 pounds is still 1,000. But the more you do it, the more you become acclimated to it, and I just got to get in there and get up to that weight, start playing with it. Handoffs are just getting a little rough again. I don't know if it's this lower bench or whatnot, but we had to have one of our teammates take the uprights out and sand down the lip on it.
Did he do that?
Yeah, oh, beautiful job. Yeah, he took off 1/8 of an inch. I
Feel
mean, my
much
God,
better?
the lip was that high across it. So
I never noticed
when you
it
want to
was
hand
that
off, you had to pick it up 2 inches to clear that. Yeah, he grinded it down, and you can't. It looks like it was done by a professional.
That was cool of him. 'Cause
Yeah.
that had to have felt like so much pressure.
It did.
Like taking your uprights home and
Yeah.
training.
We appreciate it.
Specific.
It worked great.
I'm glad because that was probably fairly nerve wracking. That's a lot of pressure for him.
So
At
Howard,
least it would be for me. Let's see.
Howard says, yes, I do, and it's like new and feeling about 80%. Okay.
Good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
80. That's a B.
Yeah.
That's more than passing. Glad to hear it. And hopefully it'll only progress and get better and better till it's a 90, 95,
Absolutely.
99, 100. And glad to hear it's going in the right direction. Let's see.
We live closer to Howard. If we just go down and bench with him.
True.
Yeah.
We do.
Bring my crew down there. We'll put you through a
that'd
workout.
be cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
We're Team Benchmonster. We're here to lift at your gym. Kyle. Right here.
Kyle, I find that I have to change the rep scheme, but not as often as I change the supportive grip variation every 3 weeks and all the accessories with it, but I overloaded threes for 6 weeks.
Kyle's in the gym quite a bit, I take it. That's awesome.
Yeah, we like that.
Training by himself.
I like that.
That's awesome, man. Uh-oh, I can't read that one. When I go from 0...
I got it. When I go from 0...
Loading?
Listen. When I go from 0 loading a top set of 3s to 5s. I drop some weight to get the reps, so it is a bit of a deload.
A bit.
When I go from deloading
3s to 5s, he drops the weight. That's good,
loading
normally, yeah.
What word is that supposed to be when I go from
Overloading.
Overloading. Yes, okay. Overloading a top set of 3s to 5s. I drop some weight to get the reps, so it is a bit of a deload. Okay.
And also, I don't deadlift all year round.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, not a big fan of deadlifting to build your bench.
I like deadlifting. Well, not to build your bench, but
Because you use
it's
every
one of the
muscle
main
from your
3.
toes to the top of your head, and
To your
deadlifting is a
hands, your
central nervous
fingers.
system destroyer. But if you're good at it,
Hardcore.
and
It's the
you
most
can pull a good
hardcore lift.
number, and you're a 3-lift lifter, then keep doing it.
Hell yeah.
But if you're going to do a push-pull one day in your life, you might want to start training the deadlift a little bit more. I did it one time. I pulled 660. Sorry for my run-ons, LOL. That's all right.
That's all right. We're not here for English class.
No.
We don't have
Spell
a
check.
English teacher here editing everybody's comments or nothing, so no worries.
Howard.
Howard, working out with you and your crew would be a dream come true, and I'm still looking for people to help, but that's all year round.
Yeah, I understand.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put you under some weight.
Yeah, just
There's some intensity when we lift
to
with
let
our
'em
crew.
know. Yeah.
We got a few guys that go raw, but if we had you up here, a lot of people would throw on their shirts and be a shirt game of training. That'd be fun.
Be cool. Well, yeah, because pretty much everybody
Has a shirt. Yeah.
that they use. This is true.
Or if you need to borrow a shirt, I got piles
That too, yeah.
that you can try out.
That too.
I got some gnarly ones, man. Ones that'll take about 1,000 to get down.
That's.
I got one in this room I saw.
Do you a squat or a?
No, it's a
bench
band
shirt?
shirt from I can't think of it. I got so many of them.
Battle ready.
No, the not F8, the other one.
Overkill.
Nope.
Battle ready.
No, John.
John.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean-
God, I'm low carbs, man. It's hard.
John. Where did John?
The Bumblebee.
Yeah, isn't that Dark Side?
Dark Side, yeah.
I said that a long time ago.
You didn't say Dark Side.
I absolutely said Dark Side.
No, I got the Scorpion in there. Bought that at the Arnold from him.
Yeah, I said Dark Side.
Yeah, it's a gnarly shirt. It's frick. I'm telling you, I got so many shirts. I might just go back to
Yeah, you
bringing
do.
one. I need to get back just one shirt, train in it, because I like to bounce around too much. I like
Which you've said a billion times that you were going to
got so many toys.
Stick to one for a while.
Yeah.
Which you should. Stick to it for like at least a month, maybe 2.
Yeah,
and
I
then
got so many.
at
It's
the
just,
end of that, assess how it's going. And
I just like to wear.
if it's progressing, then you continue it for another month or 2. If it's not, then you say, hey, now maybe I should go back to this.
Kyle says I've barely ever had a lift off or even used a comp bench. If my car would take it, I'd drive over there. Max effort session. Yeah, because Kyle lives over in Seattle somewhere. He's close.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so.
I can't remember where. Yeah.
West side over there somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah, it'd be fun. We start at 4:30 and we go to 7. I'll try to get everybody out of the gym at 7. I don't like to have them there any longer than that. That's a long time. But you got 6, 7 people on one bench and everybody's putting their shirt on. It takes time. I just get disappointed when it's like 6:40 and we're just getting off the bench and you got to fit in some assistance work.
Yeah.
And a lot of time that'll lead to the next day. You come in, I do biceps on Wednesday, come in and start with triceps and finish those. So never neglect them.
Perfect, because you're just doing biceps.
Yeah.
So you might as well do a couple extra tricep exercises.
And that's what I do. All right, let's go have some of this stir fry, Kyle.
Oh, was that our last?
Yeah.
Sure.
Pop. Yeah. Sign us out.
Did we read the last one?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. All right. I don't see anything else coming in.
Well, I'm going to post this stupid thing up here. It's my email. I don't have to say it. Just see what it is. Please send me videos. Tell me what you're doing. Give me a brief description. I'll throw them on the show. Everybody has a cell phone now.
Yep, we want to see people.
And everybody's got the megapixels
We
and
want to see people's lifts. We like seeing what you guys are doing in the gym.
Yeah.
We like celebrating it, sharing it. We like to see what you're doing.
Have a good night, Kyle.
Says, y'all have a good night. Thanks. Right back at you, Kyle. As usual, thank you so much for joining us. You know we appreciate it, and we love to see you in the chat box. Love getting to chat back and forth with you on here.
Thanks for talking about food. You primed my appetite for. I think we're gonna have sweet corn and some steak.
Good.
I gotta cook that last steak up there, and I'll cook us some sweet corn. No carbs with dinner with this kid. So I'm gonna hit 285, and I'm gonna put on some quality water weight in the right place, and I'm gonna look like I'm 340, but I'm only 295. So I go from 85, and that just 10 pounds of doing it a different way. Just all of a sudden, I just go like this. Muscle bellies, fill them up with a little bit of water. Low carbs and sugar and whatnot. Sometimes I'm getting some brain fog. I don't like it. No, I didn't have any carbs with breakfast today because I didn't work out today. So it was just turkey, bacon, and eggs. Right. Yeah. So I do things on purpose.
Correct.
So yeah, hey, we will be back another time, another day.
Next week.
All right.
Same time, same days.
Hopefully we have some funner things to talk about and more crazy videos to show.
Yeah.
I like it. Hopefully we have better speed bench workouts and better max effort.
Better max effort, especially. That was a rough
rough
day for like
the amount of people that didn't really work out the main movement on past Tuesday should be relatively ready to rock this next one. So, and I got to check my calendar, but I think we after this, how many? You know the exact date here? What's the 24th? And now May 1st is next Thursday. So
that's gonna be.
We got the 29th, the 6th.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4 Saturdays. So it's 4 Saturdays away,
but
which
max
means
effort on the 29th.
You've got
on the 6th.
1, 2, 3.
And we're doing our openers on the 10th.
You got 3 heavy bench days left, but they're not going to be all out, but heavy bench days. Because the 13th will be like a opener type situation. Well, not even opener. Excuse
week out.
Me, yeah.
Coming in Saturday to mimic the day of the meet that we'll be benching on. So we're going to bench on Saturday there. Yeah, I think some are going to do their openers to one board, and some will do their actual openers. So everything's going to work. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, we're going to have a good show. May 17th.
Should be a good time.
Yeah.
Some big benches and some fun to be had.
Got some good raw lifters coming to this meet, so definitely I'll be filming, I guess, if I can. So, or you got to. When we get to that point.
Have to, yeah.
So I want to have.
You want to bring your camera that day, or if you just want me to do it off my phone, or.
I don't know how I do it. We'll figure it out. Tripod it somewhere.
You're gonna probably be fairly busy handing off, so.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Hopefully we have a good turnout and everybody's happy and we can do it again in the fall.
Hope so.
Yeah.
I mean,
sounds like it's going to be well organized and well run. And the consistent judging is concerning to me because not everybody's perfect. And I know there's a start, a press, and a rack command, but we've seen powerlifting PLU, what they do there.
Oh.
Start, come on, then 3-second pause. He came down totally controlled. Bar was motionless. Come on, man.
That was ridiculous.
Shut that federation down.
That person should not have been a judge.
No, I don't know what they're doing. Show me in the book where it says you have to hold somebody 3 seconds at the bar.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll be back another day. Thanks for joining us. Everybody's going home, and everybody's getting ready for bed. It's 11:30 on the East Coast
to finish their day.
Yeah.
Some of us still have to eat dinner.
Let's get it going.
Only 8:30. It's 8:30 here. So it's a little late for dinner, but not
We eat dinner
too
at 10 o'clock
crazy.
sometimes. So.
Yeah, it's not too crazy.
All right.
All right, guys. As always, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you guys spending your Thursday evenings with us. We love seeing your videos. We love seeing you in the chat box. Getting to chat with you a little bit. So thanks for coming by. We hope you have a wonderful evening. We hope you have a fantastic Friday, a wonderful weekend, a great start to your week next week. And we look forward to seeing you next Thursday.
You guys stay strong out there.
Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
See you guys later.